Hi, welcome back to the workshop. Today we are looking at Accurascale's refurbished Class 31s, including, Mike, our own limited edition model.
That's right. A good colourful collection of liveries on the layout. Loads of great choices now available from Accurascale and through its retailer network as well. And we've got a nice collection of them on the layout here today.
We do indeed. Now, for the uninitiated, what is the difference between refurbished and unrefurbished?
Okay, so the main principal difference you're going to notice between an original and a refurbished loco is the addition of a high-intensity headlight on the front of the locos. After that, obviously, there's some very different colour schemes on them compared to the original BR green and BR blue of the unrefurbished locomotives. And you also see the different plating on the roof as well. So by this time, steam heating boilers had all been switched off or removed. So you've got plates on the roof where those once were. There's also a few other little details, like, for example, you now start to see the NRN radio pods on top of the cab roofs. And there's also the additional cowls on some of the main radiator fans on top of the roofs.
And of course, the detail is fantastic, like a lot of models these days. Once again, you look at the bogie detail, the tank detail, the way that certain parts are being picked out with paint and lining, and even just the decals. I mean, all five in front of us here, they do look fantastic.
But yeah, Accurascale's done a really good job on these overall, and there's some really fine detail application. Like I say, in terms of the actual physical detail of the model, you mentioned the bogies, you don't have to go back that many years to go actually had a single piece moulding for a bogie side frame. These are now multi-part, multi-relief bogies where they've got individual details all put into there, things like the springs or the cab steps as well. The cab steps have even got etched metal tops in them, so you can actually see through the tops of each of the steps as you look into the steps. And they really have gone to another level of detail with these.
The detail that you can achieve these days is absolutely incredible.
It really is. And then when you actually consider that actually each one of these is hand assembled, it's not like there's a magic production line of robots sitting there magically building these things and going, poof, there's a loco.
Yeah.
It is people sitting there individually building each one of these models to create the finished result.
Indeed. Now, of course, as you can see in the video, we've had two of the Class 31s on a P-way train over here, and we've got the other one hauling some regional railways passenger stock. And what I quite like about them is how responsive they are. Like, you've got this double-headed Class 31 combination over here, which is just nice and slow speeds, as if you've got a trip working or whatever it may be. But then you can actually run mainline services and so forth. And having both trains running around the layout at different speeds, passing each other, it's actually quite fun.
It is, yeah, and actually the sound profile I think is really enjoyable with these as well, because you can drive it in different ways. So if you creep it up one step at a time, then it will respond, it will gradually speed up, and the sounds will gradually ramp up. But if you just spin it all the way up to maximum speed, the sound will really pick up really heavy as if it's working really hard, but it doesn't accelerate away like a scolded cat. It still accelerates away at the correct rate for what a Class 31 would. But you've got a much more dramatic soundtrack with that as well, like you would hear from the real loco.
Absolutely. And of course, the other thing I like, which we're also getting quite accustomed to these days, is if you drop down one or two speed steps, then it basically is you get throttled down, you're more into coasting, and that's all automatic as well. And then you go up one or two speed steps, it thrashes back up again.
Exactly, and that's exactly how it should be. You think about it, if you're in the cab of one of these locos driving it, you've got a power control there. You come over the crest of a hill, you're going to notch back, you're going to take the power off because you don't want to keep accelerating all the way down the hill. But then if you come down to the bottom of that, the track levels out, you start going back up a gradient, then you need to have more power on to do that. And these do respond really well to that. And actually, like you said, when you do bring in the increased acceleration when you've notched back, actually it doesn't just come in all guns blazing, it comes back in at the right level as well.
Look, they're detail heavy, they've got DCC rich play value to them. Let's quickly talk about our limited edition, because of course Accurascale have done this for us.
They have, yes. So this model's 31276 in coal set delivery. It's one of two that carried the name Calder Hall Power Station. The other one was 31130. So we've done it without the nameplates printed on the model. But you do get the etch plates in the box with it. So you've got the choice then whether you want to model 31276 with its nameplates or without its nameplates. It was in service till quite late as well. I think it was late 90s or early 2000s when it actually was withdrawn from traffic, and it carried this coal set delivery right up until its withdrawal as well. We have got some limited stock of those is now available on the website. I say that today, but it has been a very popular limited edition, so it could be they've all sold out by the time you see this video. But I know that all the pre-order customers have been really excited to receive the model, and we're seeing some great pictures on people's layouts as well.
Indeed, it's actually quite good, because a lot of the limited runs of anything to do with the Key Model Workshop, they are proving to be quite popular. But when you've got detail of models like this from a company such as Accurascale, how can modelers not want one?
Exactly. I think it's a fantastic looking model. We're really pleased to be able to have 31276 in our collection. And yeah, like I say, I hope everyone's happy with them who's got them. And keep an eye out for spare stock on our shop as well.
Right, now of course the important question is, we know that they're available now, but how much are they selling for, including ours?
Right, so the prices are the same across all the Class 31s for Accurascale. So it's £169.99 for the DCC ready versions, and £269.99 for the DCC sound fit versions. I know that some of the versions from Accurascale's exclusive collection have sold out already, so 31466 is currently sold out with Accurascale, and some of the other versions I know are sold out with them, but there are other retailers which have still got stock of many of the main range items that are out in the market as well.
Well, if you love Class 31s and also just the quality that Accurascale produces, then any one of these 5 models could very well be for you and your layout, and you can read a full review of them all in HM215, our May edition of Hobby Magazine.
That's right, and then we've got more online at keymodelworld.com, where you can see more photographs, obviously this video as well, and much more about Class 31s in general. Perhaps you're not into this period of Class 31s. If you want to read our early review of the PR Blue versions, and you can check that out there as well. Thank you very much for watching today. We'll see you next time.